Hello and welcome to Home Practice. This seed video will explore how we embody and how we perform imagery offered to us by dance teachers and choreographers. Hello, my name is Lucy. I'm white, I have dark curly hair, and I'm a small standing dancer. I'm going to guide you into, through, and out of improvisations and tasks using a lot of description and a lot of imagery. We're going to start small, but we will build up to full-bodied movement, so it might be wise to make sure you have a space to move in, but also make sure you're in a place where you feel comfortable and that you won't be disturbed. As a dancer who trained in musical theatre, but spent most of her career in contemporary dance, I have had to learn how to embrace the smaller nuances of performing. So today we're going to start small, as I said. We're going to start on a chair or on the ground. So find your way to the floor or find a chair to sit on. We're going to start by noticing what's happening on the outside as well as what's happening on the inside. So take a deep breath in. Breathing out. I want you to let your senses drift and start to notice your environment, your room, your space. Let your eyes take you on a journey, or let your ears pull your interest. Notice what takes your attention. Is it the light? Is it the sound? Maybe you notice some movement. And maybe even noticed what's beyond your environment. Maybe it's touch as well, how you connect to your environment. The way you're sitting, your connection with your base. Great. Let's reset. Turn yourself a quarter. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Wobble the shoulders, wobble the head. We're going to do that again, but this time we're going to close our eyes. So I won't talk, and we'll do it for roughly the same amount of time. But I want you to notice your outside environment with your eyes closed. And let your senses drift and take you on a journey. Maybe your skull gets pulled to the light. Maybe you hear a sound on the edge of your environment. But just take your time to just notice and observe. Here we go. Great. Bat the eyes open. Let's reset. Come back round to the front. Take a deep breath in. Breathing out. Wobble the shoulders, shake the head. We're going to do that again. But this time, we're going to think about what's going on the inside. We're going to notice what's happening on the inside. Notice the shape of you, where you connect. Think about how you're feeling. Are you hungry, tired? Maybe notice if there's any tension or whether you're a little bit uneven. But just take a moment to close the eyes and go inside. I won't talk, and we'll do it roughly for the same amount of time again. Let's go. Great. Bat the eyes open. We're going to reset. Round to the other side this time. Deep breath in. Breathing out. Wobble the shoulders, shake the head. This time we're going to keep the eyes open, but we're going to notice what's going on the inside again. I want you to observe, trying to balance, feeling maybe a little bit distracted by what's going on outside, but still trying to focus on what's happening on the inside. You might want to get into a bit more of a working position or even sit on the edge of your seat if that helps. But see if you can sustain observing the inside with your eyes open. Here we go. Scan through the body. Ask yourself the questions. Am I hungry? Am I tired? Do I notice any tension? What's the shape of me? Notice any sounds. Observe how you're feeling. And don't feel as if you have to stay still. If movement happens, you can invite it. Keep tuning in to the inside. Great. Let's reset. Last time. Deep breath in. Breathing out. Shoulders wobble. Head jiggle. For the last time, we're going to go inside, scan through the body, tune into how we're feeling today, and then we're going to work on being seen. How can you reveal what's on the inside? How can you show what's on the inside? I'm going to give you a count of 10. You can choose to invite movement. You can choose to do a gesture or find a tableau. But just work on being seen. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let that go. Shake it off. And if you want to have another go of that, just pause the video and practice. So what we've done is we've listened to stuff on the outside as well as the inside. We've noticed it, and then we've begun to reveal it. Let's get moving. I'm going to take you through 4 improvisations with different imagery and different experiences, hopefully building up to full-bodied movement. So make sure you've got enough space to move, and take it easy to begin with as we gradually warm the body up. If you're interested in improvisation, please check out Thomas's seed video on home practice. Okay, let's find a space. Close your eyes if you want to. If you found that helpful earlier, close your eyes. I want you to imagine your favorite smell. Inhale it in. And try to show me the pleasure of that smell. Invite movement. Let it take you on a journey, as if you want to follow that smell. Maybe it will start to move your skull and then begin to echo through your spine as you drink it in. Show me the pleasure of that smell in your face, in your movement. Gradually begin to warm that spine up by letting that smile, that smell, take you around soft corners and into curves. Imagine you're following that smell around your room. Take your eyes away from the screen if you can. And begin to invite the rest of your body to share in the pleasure of this scent. Keep researching. Stay with the image as you invite curves and circles and ripples and folds. Leading with the skull, the smell's going to slowly fade away. Maybe you chase it to find it, but gradually that pleasure, that wonderful but imaginary smell begins to fade down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Next image. We're going to take our attention to our hands. We're going to imagine stroking a cat or a soft, furry animal. Brush and comb through that texture, that rich, silky texture. Begin to take it into the space, not only with your hands, but invite other surfaces to brush, comb, stroke. Sometimes I have to send the sensations that I feel in my hands down to other places in the body to help me invite the rest of my body to participate in this image. Brush, comb, stroke your face, front, back, side, top and base. And now we're going to let this image evolve. So keep moving as we find more warmth in the body. And we're going to transfer that image to our spine. And we're going to imagine, like a cat, that we are going to respond to being brushed or stroked. From the top of the skull to your lowest available spine, begin to respond to that touch. Offer up the spine, but then begin to respond with other parts of the body, as if you have a wonderful coat of fur. Notice what parts of the body are quiet, what places, and invite them to join in this image for a coat of fur like a cat. And as you get warmer, if it's available to you, try to close the space between you and your base. So we get a little bit more into our lower limbs, or our transference of weight onto our wheels. Still responding to the touch. And if you get lost, just go back to that image. It can be small, and then you can turn the volume up on it. And you can put those two images together if you want, bringing your attention back to your hands and the brushing and the combing. Turn away from the screen and just enjoy the image, the sensations. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Grab a drink if you need before we move on to the next improvisation. Okay, so the next image, we're going to use a prop, or I'm going to use a prop. So come closer to the screen, and I want you to see this jar of coins, and I'm going to rattle this jar of coins. I want you to listen to the sound. Notice how the coins jump into the space, they rearrange themselves. Notice how it's quite random, the weight, the effort it takes, the clash and the sound. Okay, we're going to take that into the torso. So imagine that your torso is a jar of coins and you want to rearrange those coins into the space. It's quite heavy, those coins. You shake them around. Maybe you can hear the clash or the rattle. Rearrange them from your pelvis to the tips of your shoulders. And if you have room for more, maybe think about the randomness of somebody else shaking this jar of coins and how it's unexpected. And then we're going to take this rattle, this rearrangement into the rest of the body. Maybe down the limbs, up to the top of the skull, down to your base. And just take a little turn around your room, away from the screen, and practice that rattling sensation. Help you get even more warm. Use the music if you need. Rearrange the body. Maybe take it down to one side and through to the other side. And let's begin to take that rattle down, back to our torso. As we fade it down and it becomes a little bit smaller, a little bit like a party on the inside. Just in our torso now, just in our base, our pelvis. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just take a moment to witness that fizz, that bubble, that energy. Very different to how you felt at the beginning of the session. Right, final image, here we go. You're going to use your imagination now. So if possible, turn away from the screen or close your eyes. Did you know you were wearing a bodysuit of sequins? Thousands of tiny lights glimmering, reflecting. It's as if your back is made up of tiny, tiny pieces of light. How can you rearrange or realign those lights? How can you let those lights shimmer and reflect all across your room? Bring life to your back space. The top of the head all the way down to the lowest available part of your body. Thousands of lights, tiny pinpoints, reflecting, glistening. Send those limbs away so as to shine as much light on your room as possible. Enjoy the tiny fractured light that glints. And use this to move your back space. Invite movement into the whole of your body. And enjoy being in the spotlight, the center of attention. If you have room for more, start to notice how this bodysuit of sequins, or these thousands of lights on your backspace, are changing your posture. Are you pulling up? Are you presenting? Are you showing? Revealing? Are you strutting? Can you imagine what color these lights are, this bodysuit is? Are you aware of the shapes that you make, the lights that you cast? Gradually turn back to the screen, and on the screen are sequins, lights. These lights are now all over your body. Enjoy your body being made up of tiny, tiny pieces of light that reflect everywhere. And take this moment to research the kind of movement that this image creates. Gradually the sequins are beginning to fall, cascade off of your bodysuit. And gradually the lights are fading. We're going to fade down in a count of 5. And you're going to imagine the lights dimming to black. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Grab a drink if you need. A lot of the imagery that we just used was inspired by imagery used in Gaga movement language and Eric Franklin method, and there's links in the description if you want to research those a little bit further. We're going to build up to a phrase now, using those 4 improvisations. And your phrase will look very different to mine, and that's okay. So I'm going to take you through each image again, and we're going to research the movement again, but this time I want you to search for movement that you like, and then I want you to find one movement that you like, and then I want you to repeat it, almost as if you're trying it on for size. And it may evolve, and that's okay, but keep bringing it back to that original image that I gave you. And then we'll move on to the next improvisation, and again we'll research the movement, we'll find a movement that we like, and then we'll try it on for size, maybe let it evolve, but eventually we'll set it. Set it in a way that we can go back to it and recall it. It doesn't matter if it's not exactly the same every time. And then we'll put those 2 moves together. And we'll keep doing that system for all 4 improvisations. So you will have a phrase of 4 movements that are bespoke to you. Okay, let's get going. So the first image we had was smell, scent, our favorite smell. So let's bring that back into the body again, that pleasure. We're a little bit warmer this time, so maybe it slides down into the rest of the body a little bit easier. But follow that scent around the space. And then if you find a move that you quite like, keep repeating it. Try it on for size. Try to go back to that original image and stick with it. Try to find a way to recall it so you can remember it. But there's a real balance between your desire, your ambition to find a move that works, but also by sticking with that image that the choreographer has given you. So don't judge, but just notice that balance that you've got to find and try and creep back to the image. So remembering scent. Have you got your move? Okay. Let's go on to the next one. So the next one was that sense of stroke and fur. Do you remember we started with the hands? So explore brush, comb, but also the idea of having our own coat of fur, like a cat. And again, begin to search for movement that feels good for you. When you find something that you like, just repeat it. Try it on for size. Remember the image. Let it evolve. And then notice that dialogue between setting a movement, maybe it feeling quite stifled, and then going back to the image and letting it evolve. Got your move? Okay, let's put those two together. So, see if you can recall the physicality of the smell, and then find a way to add those two moves together. They might start to blend. But keep those images in mind, the smell and the stroke. It's okay if the movement changes. Notice the rhythm so you can recall it. Nearly got it? Okay, let's add on the third image. Let's research the jar of coins. I nearly forgot then. The jar of coins. So find your rattle, you shake, you clash, and have fun with playing and finding this movement. It's quite a change from the first two. Maybe explore different parts of the body that haven't participated so much, like those lower limbs, the top of the skull. And then when you find something you like, repeat it. Let it evolve. Great. And once you've got it, let's put those three moves together. You've got your scent. You've got your stroke. And you've got your rattling jar. Keep going for it. Okay, if you've got those 3 moves, we're going to add on the last one, which was those beautiful shimmering sequins on your back space or your front or your sides. Up to you. Maybe take it down a little bit. I'm asking you to make quite quick decisions here. So I'm not so interested in the shape or the ambition of the movement, but really just bringing a phrase together quite quickly. Pinpoints of light, reflection. Find a movement you like, try it on for size. Take it back to the image. See the color of your sequins. And when you think you've got it and you can recall it, let's put all 4 moves together. Here we go, in your own time. Keep practicing and keep going back to that image. Just a few more moments for yourself. Okay, really nice. Grab a drink if you need to, and if not, let's keep moving. So we're going to use those 4 movements, that phrase, and we're going to turn the volume up. We're going to repeat it 8 times. I'm going to count to 8, and each time I want you to just take it up a level, and I want you to let it overspill into your face. Loads of expression. Let that joy and that passion come out in your face, and then let that energy spill out into the room. Throw it out into the room. I want you to be obnoxious. I want you to be precocious. I want you to be ostentatious. I want you to show off. Okay, are you ready to take the energy up? Here we go. So, got some new music on now. So here we go. Level 1, keep the pace a little bit lower to begin with. Here we go. 1. Good, good, good. 2. 3. 4, we're halfway now, so start to build it up. Remember the image. Stay true to the image, but let it overspill into your face, into your body. Here we go, level 5. Start to exaggerate, start to amplify. Level 6. And level 7, we're going to make it really big now, so into the face. As big as you can make it. Level 8, here we go. Great, and finish. Okay, feel that buzz, feel that energy. We're going to keep moving. We're going to go again, but this time we're going to start to channel that energy all that expression, all that energy you threw into the space, we're going to channel it down into our fire. And we're going to let the movement do the talking. Are you ready? So start small. When we get to level 6, 7 and 8, I want you to channel that movement down into your fire. Don't let it spill into your face. Finish the movement. Let it get to the edges, but no further. Are you ready? Here we go. Level 1. Level 2. Level 3. Level 4, we're halfway now, so a little bit bigger.
Has always been
level 5.
And has always happened. It's happening right now.
Level 6.
Die before you die. Die before you die.
Level 7, start to channel all that desire, all that enjoyment into the movement. Level 8, last one. Great. Just let it fade down a little bit. Let that energy fade down. Really nice. Grab a drink if you need to. And just take a moment to notice those two journeys, those two ways of performing. We had the one that showed all the desire and the passion for the image, that was very full of expression. And then we had the other route where we let the image do the talking. We let the movement do the talking. Both are useful, both are valid. It's good to be able to do both. So you've taken a lot on today. And the good thing is you don't have to remember everything, because this is a resource you can come back to time and time again. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know any other aspects of contemporary dance you'd like us to share. But we do need to take some time to calm down. After I've done a lot of visualization, my skin often feels quite sensitive and my brain hurts. So find a way down onto the ground or into a relaxed position on your seat. We're going to make a cave to finish. So bring your knees up to the sky and rest your elbows on your knees, or if you're in a wheelchair, on your lap. And I want you to just hang your head down. In a minute, I'm going to stop talking. But I just want you to take a moment to let the session wash over you. Notice the journey you've been on, from that very quiet, subtle, small noticing that we did of the environment and of ourselves, to the big, bold, brassy movement we did at the end of the session. Let your face relax. Have some quiet time, just by yourself. Nobody watching. Enjoy the heat. Enjoy the tiredness. And enjoy the fact that you've taken some time out for you to practice at home. Well done.